Welcome to another episode of Triple D's. Um, Today is Marcie the Donkey Day. I talked to Marcie a long time. Well, I didn't talk to her. I don't know if I talked to her or talked at her. Well, one day I was talking to Marcie and Francine a long time ago about their delusion about Father Time catching up with them. So I caught Marcie not last night, but the night before. And we was out talking because she's about to leave and do bigger and better, whatever things they do. And she asked me, she was like, "Hey, you remember that conversation you had with us about our looks?" I was like, "Yeah, I remember that." It's grained in my brain. And to rewind, they Marcie and Francine believe that their beauty will last forever. Say again, for all the delusional people out there in the world that thinks that Father Time will not come knocking on your door one day. They believe, and they are, Marcie's in her late 20s, 27, 28. Francine's, I think she's over 28. But they thought that they looked good. So I told both of them, pull out a picture of yourself when you was 10 years ago. And they pulled the one out because for some reason, females like keeping pictures from 30 years ago. And I was like, you don't see the difference between you then and you now? I don't, it's not registering. And they was like, no, we look the same. And I was like, I had to go savage. I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But on that moment, I said, Marcie, you were skinny then, but you have a pudge now. Francine, you look like you had less makeup then, but you got more makeup now. And your body type is not the same. Like me, I pull out a picture when I was skinny as a motherfucker, but I got a little chub now. I'm honest. Men are honest with each other. 99.98% of men are honest with each other. You got some dudes, they still believe that they still in high school and they got the muscles that they did back then. For some odd reason, females think they look good from when they did in their 20s. No. Now, fast forward. Marcie was like, you really don't believe that I look just as good as I did then to now? I'm like, you really been thinking about this bullshit, haven't you? She was like, yeah, I couldn't stop. I'm like, that's when you are looking yourself in the mirror. You need to say, reality, this is me now. And 10 years from now, you need to say, reality, this is me now. Because I'm willing to bet that 10 years from this moment, you're going to have more wrinkles. That pudge is not going to go away because you seem like you're doing nothing to get rid of it. And how can I put this fucking politely? In a man's eyesight, your value as a woman will not increase. We are not playing the stocks here. Just because it's like, and I heard somebody say this in a podcast, it's like when you're young, you're 18, your early 20s, maybe if you keep yourself up, your middle 20s to your late 20s, your value skyrockets. Your value might look like, God damn. Now, as you slowly rise in age, for the time it's tapping you on your shoulder. You might want to go ahead and find a partner. I'm not saying you're not going to find a partner. I'm just saying that the partner that you would have had gotten in your early 20s might not be the same motherfucker that is going to be looking at you to walk across the aisle with in your late 20s and so forth, so forth. So the man that you could have got in your 20s might not be the man that you will get in your 30s. And the man that you could have got in your 30s might not be the man that you're going to get in your 50s. Why? For the time. Don't blame me. Don't blame any other man. It's for the time and Mother Nature. Two things that people cannot outrun is those two. Until you come up with the reality, look yourself in the mirror and say these words. I do not look just as good as I did back then. No matter how many surgeries, BBLs. I'm whispering because I need you to hear me clearly. No matter how many surgeries on your face, BBLs in your back, liposuctions. What else? Oh, too much fucking makeup. Eyelashes that look like goddamn butterflies about to take you away in the world. Or, I hate to say it, when you put that Egyptian shit in your head, Saki 29, that weave. Some of y'all, you get it done right, y'all looking outstanding. I'm like, holy shit. I gotta blink twice and like, is that real? But when I look at your roots and I get up close, I'm like, oh. We call that catfishing. Cause you're false advertising yourself. That's like when you look at a McDonald's commercial and that motherfucking Big Mac is looking perfect, but when you go to the actual store and they give you that shit and it looks sloppy. I ain't saying y'all look sloppy, but what I'm saying, you need to come to a reality with yourself. And I told Marcie this, and because some people say it's the tone of your voice and the words that you say. And I told Marcie this the nicest way I could. Like I am in this voice, this is what I said. I said, you need right now, you need to find a good man. You finding a millionaire probably won't happen in your lifetime. Find a nice man with a nice job that will love you for who you are, pudge and all, and love that man back. She looked at me like I slapped her across her face with a bag of nickels. She wanted to cry and I wanted to hug her, but I'm like, I'm just gonna feed into her delusion if I put on the bag with a church hug. Don't do that shit. Some people need to hear the fucking reality of the world. I tell my sons, I'm like, look, the chances of you fucking marrying a model is like me right now playing the lottery and hitting it for the first time. And I've never played the lottery. Find you a nice girl that loves you for you, that treats you with respect, and you might want to throw a ring on her motherfucking ass. Experience the world as you want. But at the end of the day, the older you get, the more your metabolism stops. You might get big, depending on how much alcohol you drink. If you don't hit the gym. For men, we can't put makeup on. You see these fucking retards out here putting that fucking fake dread shit in their goddamn head. That's disrespectful to any straight man out in the world. If you got a fucking receding hairline, rock that shit. Go bald. There's somebody out there that like bald women. They're like bald dudes. Or there's men that like bald dudes. Now, to each his own. I ain't calling it. I'm just saying you might want to go ahead and live in the realistic world of reality. And that's the way that it goes. Now, if you hit the lottery and become a millionaire, billionaire, the doors open a little more for you. Man or woman, you get to put yourself in circles of certain types of people as you get older or as you move up in the world with the status and the bread. But I told Marcie this, and I am hoping that Marcie took my words and didn't think that he's been an asshole. He's just saying it to be mean. Because I could have went much savager. I could have went much, much savager on her. There was a lot of shit I could have pointed out on her. But I went for one example. I threw out examples, not hypotheticals, because the example was a fucking real thing. She got a little punch. It's not her fault. Well, technically it is her fault. Because the way you fucking eat, She ain't have no kids. I can't blame nothing on the kids if you got a pudge and you don't take care of yourself. Sometimes women let themselves go. Some women let themselves go when they have kids. Sometimes after they had a kid, they hit the gym harder, lose a little something. Ain't nothing wrong, you know what I'm saying, to each his own. Cause back in the day, you know what I'm saying, I slipped the slide through, some bigums back in my day. I didn't fuck with some bigums, some trolls, some goblins out there. The creatures of the night. That's why you think they call it demon time. Believe me, I was on that demon time at one point in my life. But the one thing about demon time that I knew, I would never marry a goblin, a troll, a whale. There's one more out there. A bigums. My bad. I forgot it. But I did have fun. There is somebody for somebody else. When one person don't love, somebody else will. There's people in the feet fetishes. So there's people in the big women, and some men like girls with caked up makeup, just like some girls like dudes with fake hair. It's just the way of the goddamn world. But I hope Marcie, and she's a two because she will not come into reality. And the difference is I was being honest. Some men gonna tell her like, girl, you look good, just so they can shipping and receiving. You know what I'm saying? It's just so they can go ahead and get what they want. Just like some women. Some women will tell a dude, you look handsome. No, knowing good and goddamn well, they just want that man to buy shit. For example, hate to say it, Biggie Smalls, rest in peace, my man. And Faith Evans. We all know good and goddamn well, Faith in her prime, I'm like, wait, what the fuck? And then I'm like, oh, money. Got you. And therein lies the problem. So, on that note, Marcie, if you see this, I wasn't trying to hurt your feelings. I promise. I was just giving you the reality of life. Somebody need to. Any big brother, big cousin, uncle, dad, any male in your life should have sat you down and had this talk with you when you was in your 18s. Like, you better find you a mate because time is ticking. And on that note, time is ticking for everybody. And that's it.